Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Today's Monday. I spent probably too much time binge watching the King of Collectibles, the Goldin Touch on Saturday. I watched the first 3 episodes early Saturday morning, and then the last 3 episodes Saturday night. I really liked it. For what it is, it's very entertaining. Now, it's not perfect. It's not even about sports cards. Really, there are some sports card segments. But, it's Ken Goldin, so whatever you think about him, you kind of have to... I've worked really hard at trying to appreciate entertainment for what it is and ignoring, if I don't like the stars of the entertainment. It's funny, though, my wife had no idea who he was, and she was watching the first couple of episodes with me, and she very quickly was like, who is this guy? And then she called him a bad word that I'm not going to repeat here since I have kids who watch this. And she stopped watching after episode 2 or 3 after episode 3, I guess. She couldn't take him. He didn't bother me that much. He's, I thought there are a lot of scenes of him with his grown daughter, and he's charming with her. I'll say that much for him. I thought those were good scenes with her. It's obviously scripted. I mean, it's not scripted, but scripted like a reality show might be scripted. They have a scene and they want the scene to go in a particular way, and I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it's meant to be, which is just entertainment, mindless entertainment. Ken Goldin isn't going to win an Emmy or whatever for this, and there are some likable people on the show. So if you can get past your feelings about Ken Goldin, I think you can enjoy it as well. Each episode ends on a cliffhanger, so it's very bingeable. You get to the end of the episode, and then you've got to be like, okay, I've got to watch the beginning of the next episode to see what happens. And they have stories. I love stories, collectible stories, and each episode has somebody trying to sell something or convince them to buy something, or have Goldin convince somebody to put something up for auction. So there's action happening all the time. There's conversations. There are weird collectibles, like Beanie Babies are a big part of one of the episodes, and so you get to learn about different things. Like the first Apple, there's a guy who has a lot of vintage Apple products, and this has to have been set up. And there are several things like that I felt like, okay, this is a setup, but I don't care. I feel like, you're watching, for instance, Chasing Cardboard. Are any of those scenes or all of those scenes completely, organic? Or are things lightly set up a little bit for your entertainment purposes? And it works. I like it on Chasing Cardboard. I liked it on King of Collectibles, where one of the item scouts that works for Ken goes to see what he thinks, and I'm not going to spoil much, what he thinks is an original Apple Watch, and he's not very excited about it, but somebody else is. And it turns out it's not really the original Apple Watch from 2015 or whenever it was. It's something that's much, much, much older and much more valuable. And he acts all surprised, like, I thought I was here to see an Apple Watch. I'm quite confident that that's not really what he was there to see. And why would he go? Just as a favor to his coworker? I'm guessing no. I think it was a setup for entertainment, and I'm completely okay with that. If you're not, then you don't want to watch it. But if you just are open to mindless weekend entertainment, you might like this. And seeing all these really cool collectibles. One thing that kind of, I don't know if it bothered me or not, but on these TV screens in the Goldin offices, they were showing how much certain things were selling for, and they would show the bids, and it would say, like, this Steph Curry was at $160,000, and then it would say bid incoming, and it would flash, and then you'd have to wait, and then they might end the episode while you're waiting for what this bid is going to be. But first of all, you know what the bid's going to be because every bid before it has been in a $10,000 increment. And then you got this 5-second wait, and then it says $170,000 is the next bid, and everyone would be, wow, $170,000, this is amazing. But I am 99% sure Goldin doesn't really have those TVs up in their offices. It's probably something Netflix put up in there just for the entertainment factor. They're probably like, how do we make these auctions seem more exciting in the offices? Put up a TV. They probably created some cheap software for it, and I don't know, had people stand around the TV watching it and getting all excited for it. It has to be it. If you watched it and you think otherwise, let me know. If you've watched it and didn't like it, let me know why. If you did like it, I'm also curious about that. Let me know in comments. I liked Maisha, I think was her name. She was an item scout who had kind of worked her way up from a receptionist, and then she was becoming their music expert for items. And so she was looking at like Britney Spears clothing and a Madonna book. And we also learned how photo matching works on like game used items. For instance, there was something that Britney Spears wore at a TV concert, TV thing she did, I guess. And so we watched photo matching in action, and they would bring in experts like the Beanie Baby expert and other experts, and the experts talk about the items, and I really enjoyed that. That's very interesting to me. And if you like seeing big time memorabilia, like a $7.5 million Jackie Robinson jersey from 1948 or 51 or whatever year it was, that's the production value on this is A+. It is so good. Strong recommend on just watching it for the entertainment value. You want to see the big cards like a Steph Curry rookie worth a couple $100,000, and the back and forth on what do they do with the Steph Curry rookie. Do they get it graded? Do they sell it raw? Should the consigner take a cash offer up front that was offered to him outside of Goldin? The negotiation that they do. I don't know. I really liked it, and I know that's not really popular. I did watch Lou Rock's review. He liked it too. If you didn't like it, I'm perfectly fine with that. I get it. It's hard to get around who is starring in this and the history there. The last episode stars Logan Paul. It's hard to get around that, but he has a bit of a comeuppance in the episode, so I'm hoping that that's worth your while to watch. And I think it justifies or validates my long-standing 90 days assertion that you should not open wax. Don't open sealed wax. Leave it for other people to open and then buy up the singles once they've come down in value. It's so much easier that way. Now, you don't have the risk, but you don't have the huge rewards that are very, very rare and hard to come by. Another thing that I felt clearly a setup was they went to a guy's house and they spent a significant amount of time talking about these Hess trucks that he had a collection of, and they're really disappointed about it, and they're like, well, we're leaving. And the item scouts were mad because he didn't have anything that they were really interested in. And he's like, well, you haven't even seen the good stuff yet. Let me take you up into my attic. So they bring him up in the attic, and he's got 4 million baseball cards up there. I'm not going to spoil it. You should watch it. It's clearly set up. I mean, they knew that he had these cards up there, but it's entertaining. It's fun. I know I've said that a million times. Did you watch it? Let me know in comments. What did you like about it? What didn't you like? I'm very curious. This week I have a lot of stuff coming out. I bought a couple of cards on eBay in the last few days that I think, and I've been thinking a lot about. People have commented, how do you get cards on eBay for so cheap? And I think I'm going to do a video where I just highlight my process of buying cards at well under comps frequently on eBay. And I think you'll be interested. I'm going to have that at some point this week. And obviously an Attic Find Friday and some other stuff. I haven't really done anything vintage set related, so I'd like to cover something like that this week. All right, guys. Hope you have a good day. Stay dry because it is raining hard out there all week. See ya.